True crime fans, there's a new show you might want to check out. It's called The Tech Bro Murders. Producer Colleen caught up with Lieutenant Sandra Brown to find out more.
Hello, Lieutenant Brown. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Colleen, thanks for having me.
Yes, so I want to jump right in. This show looks intense. Tell us all about it.
You know, it's interesting that you say that because I did not know through all my years that this crime shows were such a big thing, because when you're a cop, you don't watch those, right? Because you live it every single day. And so all I've been hearing is it's so interesting. We can't wait to get involved. On this case, on this series, this is my first season, we started looking at the devastating crimes that come out of greed, power, and ambition in Silicon Valley. All the cases that are coming out are not the same, but they do have an underlying idea that some people that want to come to Silicon Valley, they want to make money, they want to have power, and they have all this ambition. When it doesn't work out, sometimes it has devastating consequences for some people. And all 6 of these cases occurred in Silicon Valley.
Wow, that's fascinating. And I want to touch on more on that because, I mean, you're exploring cases that have been haunting Silicon Valley for decades. How do you find the drive to keep looking for those answers?
Well, first of all, I loved being in law enforcement. I retired 14 years ago. I'm still involved in it. I still, love cops. I love talking to community members about law enforcement. But what's important is I worked crime scene investigation, and every case I've ever worked and every case in this series is about a whodunit. And I think that's what draws people in when they're thinking of investigation discovery. Who did it, right? And so I still enjoy getting my hands into the case, reading everything, and I've been shocked and surprised by all 6 of these cases. That they were not even my own personal cases, but in every single one of them, I had a connection. I knew somebody's neighbor, or I knew somebody's husband. I bought my wedding cake from one suspect's family's bakery back in 1987. I mean, Silicon Valley is back then was a small community of tech companies coming up. Everybody wants to be the billionaire tech owner, the tech bro. And when they don't make it, what we need to understand is, again, sometimes the consequences are not as good. Working in Palo Alto, everybody that I came into contact with was saying, oh, Palo Alto's so safe. And, people weren't locking their doors. But we had to tell people crime doesn't have a zip code, sweetie. You have to lock your doors. You have to protect your family. And these cases let people know, just because you're wealthy, just because you have power, just because you're famous, sometimes crimes occur even to that set of people.
Daniel said that the man did start walking down the stairs as if he planned to leave. So Daniel claimed to have been the person who called 911. He made a calculated decision that he could run to the kitchen and grab a knife, which he did, and got back to the staircase before the man was able to leave.
Especially when you hear Silicon Valley, you think fame, fortune, living the dream, but that's not always the case. So what are you hoping people walk away with after watching this?
Well, I've studied bias, let's say bias, right? People have this bias that crimes only occur in certain kinds of neighborhoods, lower socioeconomic communities, people of color, poor people, right? I want people to understand that many times that's a stereotype that we get from watching television. The reality is, like I said, it happens all over the place. And even if you make it big, sometimes when you want to make it big and it doesn't work out, sometimes it ends up violence, and sometimes people lose their lives. And in all 6 of these cases, they're all different cases, but they all have the same thing, this greed, this power, this ambition, and it happened in Silicon Valley. And I want people to understand that, you might want to live that dream, but it's the grass is never greener on the other side, if I can throw a cliche in there. Things happen, and I like to introduce that to people.
No, I don't think that's a cliche at all. I think it's a good message to have. But no, thank you so much for your time. We'll be on the lookout for the Tech Bro murders. So thank you.
Thank you.
You can catch new episodes of the Tech Bro Murders weekly on ID and then streaming on HBO Max. They sponsor today's mention. More Coco after the break.